Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back once again to another Minecraft tutorial. Today we're going to be working on a Nordic style barracks, and we haven't actually done one of these before, so it should be quite interesting to sort of see how it turns out in the end. But yeah, I'm thinking this is probably going to be a 3-part series. I'll try to keep the videos as short and sweet as possible, but no guarantee. This is all random. I haven't done this before, so it's going to be sort of a new experience for both of us. But I guess without further ado, I will just kind of give you the sort of layout. So this is going to be the sort of main little area where maybe the guards sleep and maybe some of their armor is stored, or it could be sort of a mess hall. I'm not quite sure. And then I'm thinking about having some walls wrap around the left side, giving us some room for maybe an archery range, and then it'll kind of cut back in front, leaving us a big gateway spot. And then sort of on the right, the wall will continue. Maybe we could have a little tower right there, along with another little shed for maybe some sword training or just other supplies. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this thing. So you can just take out some dark oak wood since we are in the Nordic style. But as always, you can just use whatever material you like. I guess if you're sort of maybe in a less snowy zone, you might want to just try the spruce wood. But once you do this, just go ahead and raise this up 4 blocks, then go ahead and skip 3. And then raise up another pillar. Then just go back 1. Raise this one up 4 blocks, and then if you want to, while we're at it, you can just connect all these with some cross beams like this. So anyways, to the right of here, we're going to do a little gap of 3. Then we're going to raise this up 4, make our cross beam. Then we'll go on the right side of the build, go back 2 instead of 3. So we'll have a gap of 2 on either side of this little middle pillar. And then we'll raise up another one on the very right. So let's do this really quick. And then we can move over to the back side, and for this it's just going to be 2 gaps of 3 on both sides of this little pillar in the middle. So we'll place all those pillars in and then connect them with some cross beams once again. Now for this side, we're just going to raise each one of these up like so. So right here it's going to be 2 gaps of 2, and then bringing us back to sort of this little front bit that sticks out, which in fact is going to be the doorway, and it's going to be a little 1 wide gap right there. So you're going to have a total of 4 pillars on this side. And if you can get that right, you pretty much are set for the rest of the build. Now, before we go any further, I would like to sort of fill in. I think we used these stone slabs for the base layer. Yes, indeed we did. So let's grab these and bring them out really quick. Now we're just going to fill these all along the bottom row. No need to go any higher than 1 block though. And for this little doorway section, just make sure and leave that little middle block open and free. But for pretty much everything else, you can just fill that in. So we'll do this, and then right after we're finished with this stuff, guys, we can just switch to our cobblestone and fill in the rest. So for the doorway, we'll just make a little archway, sort of like that, and then for every other spot that is 1 wide, we'll just fill that in. And then for the 3 wide gaps, I usually like to make some windows like this. Occasionally, we'll end up removing them towards the end, just because sometimes too many windows can be a bad thing. Rarely, but it does happen. So, like a place such as this, where we may want to end up placing a fireplace or chimney, we may want to leave that open, or excuse me, fill that whole thing in, just so we can put that in. But on the right side, you can go ahead and place a window in there. And then for this portion of the build over here, we're just going to separate this into 2 sections like that, adding the windows in the middle instead of sort of on the outsides. And then for this 1 wide gap, we'll fill that all the way in. Now to make sort of the detailed pillars, as you may see over on that build, we're going to need to take out some stone brick stairs, and then we'll do a little sort of thing like this. So we'll do 1 upright stair on the bottom, and then on top of that we'll do an upside down stair like that. And then on top of that, if you want to do this while we're at it, you can just stick a little dark oak wood block sticking out like this. And then the final block that we need for this pillar will be a upside down spruce wood stair, and this is just going to go right there. But just from personal experience, I found that just doing one of these things at a time usually tends to go to the fastest, just because you don't really have to waste time switching through blocks if you do decide to do it this way. And by the way, what you're seeing right here is just a little layout for what I wanted to try. It was just going to be sort of an overhang, and so maybe we could stick in a little cellar right here that we can go down. You may have seen me do something similar on our Gothic meadery. So if you think that's cool, just make sure to leave yourself some room to do something like that. And it should help you sort of in like the future parts of this build as well when we add in the wall, just because that little overhang should end up interfering with that somewhat. So we will keep doing these, and then let's see if we can go ahead and just switch back to our dark oakwood logs and just keep filling these in all the way around the build. And then after this we can just swap over to our spruce wood stairs and fill those in. And then I think after that we'll just hit our windows, and then we should be done with the first floor, at least the exterior. Speaking of the interior though, I'm not sure if that's going to take a fourth video, or maybe we'll just be able to hit that on the third one. Not entirely sure. I do want to make this build really complete and just kind of really finished looking and give it like a very unique look that we haven't done before. So not really sure. I said it might take 3 parts, but it could be less, could be more. You never really know. But so let's see. We finished all the pillars, so let's throw a doorway in there really quick. And then I believe, what else do we need to do? I'm trying to match this up to these other houses as best as possible. I do usually like to make my builds look pretty similar to each other, just to kind of keep a general style. So I think, okay, pretty sure I've got this. So let's switch back to our oakwood logs, or dark oakwood logs, excuse me. And all we're going to need to do is raise each one of these up. So wherever you had a pillar already, just place one more block on top of that. And this is pretty simple. We're just going to place all these down and then do 2 little bits sticking out on either side of those. And we only have 1 corner on this build, so what we're going to do is grab a half slab. You may want to just use cobblestone so it kind of blends in with the rest of the wall. So yeah, let's just stick this in the corner and then grab 1 more oakwood block, place it right there, and then we'll just have it kind of stick out to the side 2 blocks to the right. Then we'll bring that out 2, bring this back 2, same with this one, and we'll just kind of match up every single bit like this. So wherever you have another block sticking up, just bring it out 2, and you should be good. And then let's see, we got 1 more, and then there we go. So now once you finish those, you can just start filling in some cross beams like this all the way around the build, and make sure you're not doing these right on top, but instead just do them right in the middle, so you have a block on either side of it. And then this should just make the build look a little less flat. And then the pillars usually tend to give that some help as well. So you're going to end up with sort of a nasty looking flat wall right here, which kind of breaks up into 2 different colors, which I do not really like. So a way to fix this is to grab some spruce wood half slabs and either some iron bars or fences. That bit is totally up to you, whatever you think looks best. For this build, I'm trying to mix it up. Since we do usually use the fences, I'm going to stick with the iron bars. Where the hell are they? Oh, here they are. And then our spruce wood half slabs should be right here. Okay. So to make this, we're just going to do a row of these iron bars right across the top of, or not across the top, but across the same layer as the first dark oakwood cross beams. And we'll just do this all the way around the build. And then on the single wide ones, I would probably stray from doing them. I would just recommend leaving those open. And then so once you've finished placing these in, just go ahead and do a little row of half slabs beneath them, and it should give it a more finished and 3D look, which is good. It's definitely what we're going for. And then on the corners, you can just leave these open. But anywhere else, just go ahead and fill them in. And then I think this should be the final wall, so let's do this really fast. And if you'd like to, you can put one in there. I kind of want to, oh man, I really wish this, the iron bar would sort of jut out to the sides, but I guess it's not going to do it, so we'll leave that open. But we can keep the half slab in there. I do think that looks quite nice. So let's see, I believe, was there anything else I did to the downstairs? I know we still need to place in the windows, but other than that, I think we're good, yeah. So for the windows, especially on the Nordic style, I would recommend using the white stained glass, unless you're in default texture pack. It does look kind of ugly. If you are in default, I think I've said this in the past, but definitely just stick with the plain clear windows. That would usually be the best looking thing in that texture pack. But if you do have Conquest, which is amazing, definitely go with the white stained glass. It really gives it sort of like a nice Nordic look, kind of makes it seem like it's frozen with a bunch of snowflakes all over it. Really just an overall nice touch. So we finished the first floor. So what I'm going to do really quick is fill in a little, what would you call it? A floor, I guess, for the second floor. Sort of, I guess it's a roof for the first floor, but a floor, I don't know. I'm just talking gibberish right now. So if you do want to do this, I will delete these really quick, and then I'm going to fill it in off camera, just so we don't need to take up too much time. In fact, we'll leave this block because we're going to need that one. But other than that, we can delete all these corner blocks and then just go ahead and fill in the rest with this. So I will see you guys when it is finished. Okay, so I went ahead and finished the floor. Now the thing is, for this, we're not on the roof yet, but when we get to it, and the roofs for the Nordic builds are usually the most important parts of those. Now they are usually big, grand, and they really have a defined style. Now this can be good and bad. The good thing is they're always, you can tell them apart from any other build. But the bad thing is, if you don't detail them enough, they really tend to just be really big and flat, which is a bad thing. So we're going to try to add as many windows and designs to this roof as possible. And hopefully I can get this whole little, what would you call it? I guess this will be the barracks. Hopefully we can get this done in one part, along with this little side overhang area. So to do the next part, we're just going to start here, raise this up 4 tall, then skip 3, raise this one up 4. Then we're going to go back 1, or excuse me, forward 1, right 1. So it kind of creates a little diagonal bit like this, and then we're going to do the same thing over here to the left, like that, and then we'll skip 1, raise this up, then skip 2, raise that block up, then we'll skip 2 again, raise this up, then do another little corner effect, like so, then we'll skip 3, so we got a 3 wide gap, actually 2 3 wide gaps, then we'll do 1 more pillar just like this, and then give it 1 more diagonal bit. In fact, let's finish it off with the diagonals, so we'll place one here, and here. Now if you did that right, you should end up with 5 blocks total in between these. And then to finish this side off, we're just going to do 1 more pillar right in the middle, dividing it into 2 gaps of 2. And then we can delete these 2 because we accidentally went too high. But yeah, that's about it for there. And then we can, let's see. I was going to say we could raise this up, but I'm thinking I'd rather not. So let's leave that open for now. And then we can just start filling in some cross beams like this. And then since this is pretty much going to be where the roof starts, let's just do 2 sticky addy bits there, and then 2 facing forward, and that should be good. And then we can do, let's see, we'll go 1 2 3 like so, and then sticky addy bit facing that way, and then 1 facing backwards. Same thing over on this side, so we'll go 1 there, and then I think the front should be good, so we'll just go back to connecting everything with a cross beam once again. So let's do this, and then we will move on to this left side of the build. Fill those in, and then we can pretty much from here on out just start placing in some more of these little sticky addy bits wherever we have a pillar. So, and then this should allow us to place in a nice little detailed pillar that's a bit smaller and just kind of make the build a lot less flat looking. So let's grab that right now, which is in the block we're going to use will be a cobblestone wall. So we'll take these, put them in our hands, and then wherever you have a sticky addy bit on the bottom and then 1 on the top, that's where you're going to want to place in your pillar. And if you want to, you can either do the full one, or you can do 2 on the top and bottom, and then in the middle you can place in a fence. Now I would do this just because I think it looks a little bit better, but on a lot of my builds that's what I do. So I'm going to try to mix it up for this one and just stick with the full cobblestone wall pillar instead of kind of mixing it up. So I'll place these in. I don't think we need too many. Probably just around 3 of them for each wall. Let's see. Oh, we'll need to place in 1 more sticky addy bit right there. And then we should be good on those. So let's place in 1 more pillar there. And then we'll just kind of fill all of the rest of them in. I think we got the back wall and then we should be done. Oops, and how did we miss that? We still got to place in 1, 2, 3 more sticky addy bits along with the pillars. So let's do these. And now I'm pretty sure we're done with all those, although I would like to just be certain on that. So yeah, we're done. So what we can do is now is start filling in most of the walls. Now the material you're going to want to use will be the spruce wood planks. Of course it is entirely up to you, but personally if you've stuck with sort of the other materials that I've used for this build, definitely go with the spruce wood. And then just kind of fill in like I'm doing. So just right along the outside row of the oak wood planks. And then you should be fine. And then we're going to raise this up 2 more blocks, so it creates sort of a square like that. Same thing over here. And then this will leave us a little row of 2 tall. leaving a space for a window right there, and then we'll fill this in. We'll just go up 4 blocks like that, and then for this wall we're going to do 1 in the middle, and then place 1 on the left, 2 sets on the right like that, and then right here we'll go 1 in the middle. In fact, let's just fill in all the pillars right now, along with the corners, and then we can just from there kind of decide where we want to place in our windows. So we got this. Now for this side, which is the right of the build, we're going to place in 2 more pillars on the left and right, which leave us 2 empty spaces in the middle for windows. Now on this wall, I'm thinking we should probably just fill this all the way in. If we want to change our mind later, we can always put a window in. And if you do decide to do that, I would recommend placing it right here, so you only have 1 pillar on the left. But I think I'm going to fill it in for now. And then, let's see. Let's fill this in. This wall is fine, but for the back, I would recommend doing 1 pillar here, 1 there, and then 1 on the far right and 1 on the far left. So you have 2 windows kind of on the opposite sides of each other, I guess. And then that should be it for the walls. Now our next step will be to sort of add these in, and I usually forget, sadly, but they do really add to the just amount of detail that your build has. So they're pretty much just going to be on the middle block, and then they will just stick in towards the windows. And then wherever you have these little sections that are divided into 2, just place 1 set on either side. No need to place them in the middle. On there, if you do that, it just tends to look a little too cluttered and crowded, so I would just recommend straying away from that. And then here we are back at the front, so let's do 2 more of these facing in towards the window, and that should be good. Usually where I have 1 wide gaps, I like to leave those open, just because, as I said before, it tends to get a little too crowded. But that should be good for now. What else could we do? I really love this zoom feature. It just really helps, so I don't have to fly all the way over there. I don't see it on that build, but another thing you could try if you want to add to sort of the sturdiness and strength of the build, or support, as you might call it. You might want to add in these cobblestone stairs underneath those little pillars that stick out. And it does tend to kind of add to the amount of detail, along with the fortifications of the build, which is really good for the Nordic style, just because it does need to kind of survive the harsh, hospitable environments that the winter causes. I mean, that would be cool. I wish Minecraft would add some sort of like blizzard instead of just snow, or maybe like you can hear the wind going and everything, and then there's like you can barely see 10 feet in front of you. That would just be awesome. So that should be it for there. Now I would like to add in some windows really quick, and then I'll fill in that 3rd floor, of course skipping that so I don't have to waste too much time, and then we can move on to the roof, one of the funnest parts for the Nordic style, at least in my opinion. Although sometimes it can be sort of annoying and tedious, just because as you can see over there, if you do make it sort of symmetrical, it does sort of get to be the same thing. But hopefully for this build, since I did kind of offset it, maybe we'll be able to make it sort of unique. Okay, so the windows are done. I'm only going to do a little row like this, so I guess there's not really any need to sort of skip forward. So let's just fill this in right above the windows. And I do like to do this because it does make it easier to sort of place on our roof, along with getting rid of this nasty gap right above the window. That's just sort of like a pet peeve of mine, I guess, leaving those in there. So we'll get rid of those by placing in that row. And then now we can start with the roof. So, and I don't believe I missed anything. Please correct me if I'm wrong, though, in the comments, because we should be able to fix that if you guys let me know. So let's see. Let's just place 1 there, place 1 here, and then, you know what, in fact, I do want to kind of shape this like those, so we're going to go up 2 blocks instead of 1. And then right here we'll go up 2 again, and then on the very top we can go up 2 as well. If you do want to, if you're building something in a the Gothic style or medieval, you could mark this down like that, and that might create that sort of effect. In fact, you could even maybe mark these down, and that could work, so giving it more of a rounded effect instead of pointy. That's the good thing that I've tried to create with all my styles, is sort of like an interchangeability. So if you just change the materials up on this along with maybe the shape of the roof, it could just be like a whole nother style, which I think is really cool. So we've done that. Now we got to shape the roof, like the big portion. So I think we're going to end up placing it right here. So we'll raise this up 2, leaving that little sticky eye bit to the left. Then we'll skip a total of 2 blocks. Place that in right there just for a reference point. Then we'll skip 2 again. We'll place this here, raise this one up 2, of course. And then we can do the same exact thing over here, just kind of mirroring it. So we'll do that there, one in the middle, and then up 2 on the sides. And that should be good for now, I think. Yeah, that'll be good. And then we can just sort of start raising our way up 2 at a time as we go up. And then eventually we'll meet in the middle. In fact, let me just make a pillar just so I know when I hit it. So we'll go like that, then raise this up 2, and oh, I thought it ended up perfect. 1 block off, and then we can just delete all these in the middle area. In fact, we'll leave that pillar how it is for now. I think maybe we, or no, we could try something like this, possibly. Let's see. What if we do like that? That doesn't look too bad. I think I'll stick with something like that. So we'll raise, let's see. Instead, we'll go 2 on the outsides, leaving the middle block open, like that. Then we'll just start raising all of these up 2 as we go, kind of creating a pyramid shape, like this. And then once again, we can't forget this little middle one. I don't know why I said Miller. And then we'll finish it off with this point, and then that pretty much should be it. I would like to add sort of a window on the back, maybe a big one on the back, and then a small one right here, if we would like to. So we could place it, let's see, where would be the best spot? In fact, we could maybe raise it up a little bit if we want to, instead of placing it right there. Let me check. Did I do something similar to that? It seems like we did that one on the middle. I don't want to make it exactly like that build, so I kind of, yeah, let's put it off to the side just a little bit and see how it turns out. No guarantees, but it's always good to try new things, so let's do that. So we'll do up 1. You know what, let's go up 2. And then up 2 here as well. And then let's go 1 more time. Just sort of matches up with the rest. And then we can start working our way down, like so. And we'll just hope for the best and hope it turns out. By the looks of it, it should. I think that'll be a really cool effect. So we'll leave that for now and then do 1 big one on the back side. So go ahead and skip 3 like this, and then raise each one of these up 2 at a time, and then just kind of work your way up like that. And then 1 more in the middle. And then now this is where it starts to get sort of tedious, as I did mention before. And we're just going to sort of connect all of the blocks together. Actually, before we do that, let's do some walls. So we can place in, let's go 2 there, 2 here. I guess we could do 2 there as well. So pretty much wherever you have a pillar, we'll just place 2. It should give us some good guidelines. And then, let's see, I kind of want this to be an open window, so we'll do 2 like this, 2 like that. And that should be good for now, and then we'll just fill in all of these like so. I guess just pretty much fill in the whole bottom layer, at least up 2 blocks. For the front, of course, we'll leave that open for a window. Except we may want to place that one there, and then raise it up an extra one. Something like that. Hopefully that turns out. And then pretty much everywhere else you can just fill in, honestly. So let's do that really fast. And then we also have this window, so we'll do, let's see, we'll go up 3 instead, just like we did for the others, and then we'll do 1 block on the bottom. Just because since this is the floor, you usually don't want to make your windows on ground level, like this. So that's why I just decided to place this block in here, so instead we can raise them up like that. In fact, let's go ahead and place in these windows while we're at it, just so we don't forget. And yeah, that should be good. So let's just keep filling in the rest of the build like this, and then eventually we'll try and connect everything together. So basically, wherever you have a dark oak wood log, that's where you're gonna want to fill in with the spruce wood planks, and that usually tends to work out best. Of course, you could just go randomly and hope it works out, but I would not advise it. Definitely not. Okay, so we've got all those. Now our best bet is just to sort of start connecting everything. So we'll do something like that, and then we'll bring this out 2, connect it with 1, bring this out 2, connect it with 1. And now, let's see. I kind of want to start connecting this one, so we'll go out like this, and then sort of bring it over on that left side. Then we'll go 1, 2, 3, bring it over 2, and then from there we can start on this one. We'll go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So pretty much as you go up, it's going to be, you're going to have to extend it 1 extra block every time. So instead of going left 2, we'll go, or excuse me, left or right 2. You're going to go right 3 for this one. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then for the very top of this one, this is going to be the longest section. So we'll connect all these. And then this is the backside. The backside will usually be the easiest. In fact, we do have this little spot first. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then this one will just be 1, 2, connecting those. And then from here, we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Same thing on this side, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then these will be, I think, 4 to the left, and then 1 out. So we'll go 1, 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll only have to do 3 over here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then that should be good. Now I'm going to dig my way back down so we can start working on sort of the exterior of the roof. So let's see. Yeah, it is actually looking quite nice. I wasn't entirely sure if it was going to turn out too great, but I think what we've got going right now is pretty damn good. So we're going to keep rolling with this. So to sort of start this out, we're going to use our stone bricks, and we will also use quite a bit of these full blocks as well. So the stairs and the full blocks are our main materials, although we might need some half slabs. So what I like to do, just to speed things up, is place in all of the full blocks that we need really quick. So wherever you have sort of your bottom layer, that's where you're going to want to place them in. Like this. And then everywhere else is just going to be a stair. So I mean, it's pretty easy to figure that out. Shouldn't be too hard. But yeah, these roofs can be sort of tricky to get the hang of, but once you do get them, they are really easy to get down and sort of make your own designs and stuff, which is good. And there's just like, there's tons of combinations you can make. They are really sort of, how would you explain it? Modular, I guess, so they're easy to kind of replicate and rebuild, but you can always do it in sort of a different way that doesn't look the same as you've done before, which is awesome. And that's how I've sort of tried to do most of my towns. So let's do something like that, and then we will also need to do a little bit more of these right over here on this one, and then also on the right side of the build, I think. Oh man, my foot's falling asleep. This is not good. Feels like a million little needles are poking into me. Oh man, this is awful. Okay, I'm just gonna stick through it. I don't know how I'm gonna get it to wake up. Oh man, this feels awful. I'm just gonna ignore it. Okay, let's just keep building. So yeah, just keep doing this. Wherever you have sort of your base layer, just that's where you're going to want to place in the full block. So we'll just keep doing this. Oh man, it's really getting to me. Holy shit. Feels so weird. At least my whole leg's not asleep. That is the worst. Okay, so I think that is all the full blocks we do need to place. So let's switch over to our stone bricks. And we're going to place 2 blocks sticking out on the bottom. I'm going to try to do 1 roof at a time. So we'll start with, let's move over back to the front. So we'll start here, and we can just start from the bottom, I guess. So we'll do 1 sticking out there. And then we'll just kind of work our way up as we go. So just like this. And then back down. 1 there. And then just to make things look even better, we could do 1 more. I'm not sure if we're going to use that there or not. In fact, I don't think we are. This is, it might just be trial and error for now. But let's see. I'll fly over and see how we did it. I think we were on the same layer as the sticky out of it, so we will actually need to go down 1 more, just to be sure. So let's place this full block back there. Then we'll go... Oh, here's what we did. Man, am I dumb. We did an upside down stair below that, and then we placed that there. Okay. So once again, just in case you didn't catch that, right below the full block, we do an upside down stair and then a regular upright stair on the same level as that. And then we can just kind of fill the rest in with some upside down stairs just so it doesn't look too kind of clunky and sharp. And then for the top, I'm just going to go over our little Nordic design. So all this is a full block right here. And then we can switch back to our stone brick stairs, place an upside down one there, and then a upright one kind of pointing outwards, just like that. And then we should be able to do something like, let's see if we switch over to our, where the heck are they? The stone brick half slabs. If I can find the damn things, here they are. And then we'll just do like a half right there. In fact, let's try full block and then 2 halves. I want to try to maybe round this build out as much as possible. and maybe add a little more stone to the roof than I would on the normal ones, just because it is a barrack. So I kind of want to fortify it up just a little more. So back to the rest of the roof. Let's go ahead and move on to the left side. So let's place a upside down stair right here, and then just fill in the rest with some upright stairs, just kind of working our way upwards. Then we'll go back down on the other side. And then let's see, once again, we'll need to do an upside down stair right below this, then an upright stair on the other side. And then we can even go one block to the left right there. And then we'll just fill the rest in with some upside down stairs. So let's do these really quick. And then we can move on to our Nordic little design. So let's, oops, and we'll need one more right there. Okay, so now for the design, we'll do one upside down stair here, and then a full block, I believe it was, and then an upside down stair, same level as that, and then a upright stair kind of pointing out towards the middle of nowhere. And we'll do 2 full blocks, and then 1, 2, 3 half slabs. I think that'll look good. And then what else can we do? I really want to kind of round the roof out. As you see over there, it kind of gets a little hump in the middle. So that would be nice to try something like that. So maybe we'll bring this back to here. And then just kind of raise it as we go back in. Same thing for this one, maybe? Yeah, let's do that. And now, where were we? I think we'll head to the back of the build. Yeah, that's where we left off. And then, let's see. So switch back to your stone brick stairs. Once again, we're going to do an upside down stair here. And then we'll switch back to doing upright stairs on the top of all these blocks. And then we'll work our way back down on the other side. So as you guys can see, hopefully we are kind of starting to get back to this little pattern of doing the same thing over and over. So hopefully it won't be too tricky from here on out. And then right here, once again, we'll do upside down stair. And then all underneath all of these. And then, let's see, back to our Nordic design. So this is going to be 1 full block, 1 upside down stair, and then 1 upright stair, and then 1 half slab right there. And that should be good for that. Then we'll move on to, if you're looking at it from the front, the right side of the build. And I guess, you know what, why not start over here on the front? We'll do 1 upside down stair right there, and then fill in the rest with some upright stairs. So we'll do these really quickly. Then we'll go back down on the other side. And now fill in the rest with your upside down stairs. Oops, and this one we screwed up on that. I think we keep doing that for some reason. Not sure why. So let's switch this to an upside down stair. Bring it out 1, and then go 1 more to the right. And then that should be good for those. And then upside down stairs on the left side. And now for our Nordic design. So we'll do 1 upside down stair right there. Then 1 upright stair on top of that. Then an upside down stair, then upright one, kind of facing out towards the open area, and then we'll do a stone brick slab right there, and that should be good for the main roof. Now we are going to need to finish it off with this little tiny window right here. So let's do upside down stair, then upright stairs. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2 back down on the other side, and then just fill in the rest with upside down stairs once again. And then let's see, we will place 1 more full block and 1 more upside down stair, and then 1 more upright stair, and then that should be it. Oops, and 1 more half slab as well. And now we can pretty much, oops, let's see, we'll fill in 1 here. I'm just gonna fly around really quickly, see if we missed anything. On the back side we're good, this side we're good, and oh, here's one thing I wanted to mention. Wherever you have a corner like this where it kind of comes together, it's really up to you, but you can either do a stair just kind of facing out like that randomly, although then from this side it does look kind of weird, or you could do a full block like that, although that can be kind of clunky, or one more alternative could be just some half slabs like this, although that also doesn't look too great. Really just kind of mix and match it, just do whatever you think looks best. For now I think I'll stick with the stairs and have it kind of face towards the front. I think that will look best. So yeah, that's going to be it for now. Let's go ahead and switch back to some other stuff. So let's do, what if we were to, let's switch to our cobblestone stairs, place 2 in right there and there, and then we'll move over to, I think that wall's good for now, but we'll place in 2 more over here, and then anywhere else we had a big window, like this place, we'll place the stairs in, and then I think that should be it. So let's switch to our spruce wood blocks. So we're going to need all of them. the full blocks, the stairs, and the half slabs. So we're going to fill in all the full blocks for now, and then we'll switch to our stairs. So for the full blocks, we're just going to do a row on every single level that we did a full block of stone brick, and then that should line up everything correctly. So we'll do this all the way around the build. Starting with the front, of course. That usually tends to be the easiest. And then we can just work our way around counterclockwise. So we've got all that done. Now we'll move back to this side, just start filling all these in. And you'll start to see on the back, you're really just going to be making a bunch of these L shapes most of the time. And then let's see, right here we'll do one row of these full blocks all the way across the second to top layer. And then this will kind of transition us over to this side. So we'll start from the bottom, place one there, place one here, and then one more on this level. And then that'll bring us to the front of the build, where we'll have to do one more. So we'll fill in all these. And then that row, and then that should be all we need. So let's switch to our stairs, and then just on top of every single row where you did the full blocks, you're just going to do one more row of stairs, so it kind of matches up with the stone bricks, and then you should be golden. I don't think this will cause any mistakes, really. In fact, yeah, this is looking pretty good. So let's just keep filling these in. You can really just fly wherever you want, and you should be able to pretty much figure it out decently easy. Shouldn't be too tricky. So let's see, we'll do one more right there. This is one of the places where it can get kind of weird. For this, I'd recommend just filling it in with a row of this full block, and then we'll switch it up and go back to our stair for right there. In fact, let's switch this to a full block of stone brick, like that, and then that should probably look the best. And then we'll go back to our spruce wood stairs, fill these in. That should be good for that little roof section. Oops, and we do need one more on the top. Can't forget that. And then we'll just kind of bring it over here so it matches up and flows nicely. And then this will bring us to the far right of our build. So we'll fill these in really quickly. And then we can get moving on to some of the other details, kind of shaping our roof. But let's make sure we filled in the back. Oh man, this is completely empty. Let's fill this in really quickly before we move on. So yeah, it can be tedious, but it is really easy, so hopefully it's not too much of a hassle. But I mean, it tends to pay off in the end, doing all this hard work. So hopefully you guys think so too. Let's see. Did we fill this in? It looks like we did. But as you can see, I think I left the other build off like this, where the roof was kind of just flat, and I apologize for that. I did kind of switch it up and give it this little shape, which really benefited it. So I'm going to try to do that for this for you guys. Just so you guys can get this really nice shaped roof, just like I have over there. So let's do something like that. I think if we do, let's go 1, 2, 3 in the middle, and then we'll do something like a stair right there, a stair here maybe, and then we could we go up even higher? I think we could, but we may want to use the stone bricks for that. Yeah, so we'll switch back to our stone brick stairs. In fact, let's just grab some from here. And oh my gosh, thank God I looked over here. This could have been an ugly mistake, so let's fill those in if you did miss them. And then we'll do 2 sets of stairs here and here, then 1 full block in the middle, or just 2 half slabs. And then we're going to make sort of another Nordic shape. So to do this, let's see. Oh, it's just 2 more stairs like this on top. And that should look decently good. And then if we'd like to, we can do, let's see, we'll switch these to full blocks. And then same thing on the back side, so switch these 3 blocks to full ones. Then we can do 2 stairs facing inwards like this, and then 1 facing forwards in the middle, just to kind of round it out even more. Okay, and then as you can see, this is really flat and ugly, so I gotta fix that somehow. What could we do? We could raise these up. I think that would really help. So let's delete those, maybe go 1, 2 like that, and then we'll kind of try to shape this as best as we can. So maybe do 2 stairs on the outside of that, then maybe do 2 more right here, and then 1 in the middle. Oh yeah, that's really shaping it. I think that's looking quite good. And then we are Gonna need to do that same thing on the back. So let's do that really quickly. In fact, on the back, it doesn't really look too bad. Although we might as well just do it, just so it matches up. So we'll go up 2 rows of these. I think that's how we did it. Then we'll place in our stairs like this. Then 1 more right there. And then I'd like to kind of... Here, let's delete these. Place in a full block and then 1 more set of stairs. Just to round it out as much as possible. Pretty much the more round you can get it, the better. Okay, I think that matched up quite nicely. And then these are still, it's still kind of bugging me. So let's swap this out for 1 more half slab. And I think that'll really just give it a finished look. Oh yeah. Okay, so still not sure if I do want to do this overhang or not, but this is going to be it for part 1. So I just want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure and leave your suggestions down in the comments for part 2 and 3. Like I said before, we're going to be doing probably, it's 50-50. We might do this little overhang or not with a cellar. And then we'll also be doing a little wall over to the left. I'll probably save the walls for the last part. But we'll definitely be doing sort of a little, another sort of building right here over to the right. Just to kind of fill out the rest of it. But yeah, make sure and leave me those suggestions down in the comments. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks again for watching, guys. And hopefully I will see you in the next one.